You're watching Alaska's news source.
Well, good evening. Our top story out of Palmer, where several police officers are on administrative leave after an incident at the state fair.
This is the now viral incident that led to those officers being placed on leave, we found out today, as bystanders captured video of police grappling with a man holding a baby before punching him and tasing him. Here's that footage again. This happened on August 24th to a Wasilla man, Jeffry Cook-Reed, who was arrested at the time. Police say Reed was holding his 20-month-old daughter while involved in a disturbance they were called to respond to. Reed says he doesn't think the officers should be on the street after what happened. The child's mother told me today their family is traumatized.
The fact that, my kid was screaming and I wasn't there. The fact that Jeffrey got tased when he wasn't even trying to fight back. The whole situation was uncalled for.
The names of the officers will not be released until the internal investigation by Palmer Police is completed.
Well, an update now to another incident coming out of the Alaska State Fair making its rounds on social media. An Eagle River man who assisted in disarming 2 firearms during an Alaska State Fair brawl says he saw the altercation the moment it started.
The first thought that went through my head is there are kids everywhere.
Well, that's 24-year-old Jaden Perry describing the moment that he first saw guns were involved. You've seen it on your screen. Video captured on cell phone shows the fight between at least 2 individuals. Perry can be seen trying to secure one of the guns, being careful to keep the barrel pointed toward the ground. Fair officials have confirmed that everyone is safe. The investigation is ongoing, and Perry says he's just glad that he was there.
People need to be aware things could go wrong at any minute, no matter where you are. It's not okay for that to happen at all. That should not have happened in the first place. But people do need to be aware this is a thing that happens. We're in an age where this is common. And it saddens me, it does. No matter what kind of gun control or gun laws are put out there, this will happen.
No details have been confirmed around what started the fight or how many people were involved.
Former Anchorage Mayor Dave Bronson has resigned as director of the Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport. He was in the role for just 7 months. A spokesperson cited personal reasons for the resignation and went on to say Bronson was in good standing and wished him well in his next chapter. Bronson served as mayor of Anchorage from 2021 to 2024 before taking the airport director role. And turning now to weather, fall is in the air.
Ooh, it sure is. Melissa, you mentioned some rain coming. How soon? How soon till that next?
We have some time in Anchorage and Fairbanks across the interior. Not seeing those showers until later tomorrow night, but we're already seeing it along the west coast. That next storm system pushing into Bethel, where we've seen rain most of the day. Strong winds through the Alaska Peninsula. That is all going to lift north and east. And you can see there's another storm coming in behind it. That'll arrive here about 36 hours later. We do still have that flood watch and advisory. And in fact, here for the south corner and south edges here of the Brooks Range, that is just because of all of that heavy rain, record rain that we saw last week, still making its way through streams and rivers. And that's the situation as well in the northern Susitna Valley, including Peters Creek. These streams and rivers are running high, and they're going to stay high until, again, that water can just make its way out of the system. Fortunately, we haven't seen a ton of additional heavy rain in this area, but we do have more showers on the way. Right now, dry conditions for Anchorage, Palmer, Fairbanks, all sitting at 61 degrees. 59 now in Ketchikan with that fog rolling in from the south, cooling things down considerably tonight. In Anchorage, we'll hold on to mild temperatures overnight, only dipping into the mid-50s. We'll hold on to some cloud cover. Tomorrow we'll see some sun breaks to start the day, but I do expect showers late tomorrow evening, especially as we head overnight into Friday. Mostly cloudy in Fairbanks, might get a raindrop or 2 with highs in the upper 60s. Still holding on to those mid-70s in Juneau. Mostly sunny for you and Bethel. Some rain to start the day, but improving conditions in the afternoon. A little cooler, dropping into those mid-50s. And I'll have a closer look at that next storm system here in just a few minutes.
All right, Melissa, thanks so much. And for decades, Alaska has played an active role in monitoring tensions from abroad.
Georgina Fernandez takes us inside the gates this week for a look at the history J-Bear has with Russia, also the role it has shaped in Arctic security.
Flipping through these pages.
This is Elmendorf Field in the summer of 1940.
you start to get a better picture of the early military days in Alaska.
I think throughout the 20th century, there was a growing recognition that Alaska was going to become a very geostrategic place in the world. You can see here in the summer of 1940, it's really just a series of Quonset huts, a series of tents.
A history that's played a rich element in the growing state and what we experience today. During the Cold War, eyes turned to Alaska as tension with the Soviet Union rose. Alaska being the quickest access point to the Soviet Union, as billions of dollars were spent on infrastructure to detect and stop threats, like the distant early warning, aka Dewey Line.
Line where it's got crosses over, radar system, stretches from Alaska all the way to Greenland to look for any Soviet bombers heading towards the United States.
Alaska playing a strategic part, historians tell us, in both defensive and offensive action.
And throughout the Cold War, we were extremely important because of our proximity to the Soviet Union. They did a lot of air incursions into our airspace starting in 1961 and throughout the Cold War until 1991. In total, we had over 300 air incursions.
Decades later.
So yes, of course, we're still important to keeping an eye on Russia and China, you know.
Not much has changed as Alaska continues to keep an eye out.
Russians are always coming towards our airspace. Chinese are coming towards our airspace with their balloons. So, yes, we are still very important. As you can hear outside right now, you hear the aircraft taking off. That's you know, what they're doing. They're training for war.
As Alaska continues to play a vital role in Arctic security.
We're still doing what we have been doing since World War II, is protecting United States interests in the Northern Pacific, the Arctic.
Inside the gates, Georgina Fernandez, Alaska's news source.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. It's a time to promote health and normalize seeking help.
Suicide affects millions of people every year. Here to discuss this issue with us is Dennis Lastly with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Thanks so much for being here with us, Dennis, tonight. A few questions for you. If a person is having thoughts of ending his or her life, what should they do, and where can they turn to for support?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the first things that we always want to try and plug for people, make sure that they're aware of, is the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, or 988. Super easy 3-digit number for people to remember when they're maybe experiencing crisis or maybe having thoughts of suicide. And that's available for statewide. Here locally for Anchorage area, we do have a couple additional resources for folks. We have the MCT, the Mobile Crisis Team, through the Anchorage Fire Department. And there's also the Mobile Intervention Team through the Anchorage Police Department, both phenomenal resources as well.
There are some amazing resources out there, but sometimes it's tough for people to reach out. And, you know, you got friends, family, maybe a colleague who sees somebody struggling. They're not sure how to approach that situation. Are there warning signs to look out for? How can someone help someone?
I mean, first and foremost, make sure that you're there to have that conversation with them. Be genuine about it. They're going to know if you're not. But as far as some things to look for, really you're going to want to look for behavior changes or pattern changes. What is that person's normal? And then where are they operating now? Some common things: people withdraw from friends. They stop getting involved in the activities that they used to love and they used to enjoy. Maybe they start using alcohol or substances more or differently than what they have in the past. Or maybe they just want to isolate and stay inside.
And Dennis, tell us a little bit about Anchorage's Out of the Darkness Walk, a great opportunity for people to get together. When and where is this, and how do folks register to participate?
Oh yeah, thank you so much for asking and for bringing that up. The Anchorage Out of the Darkness Walk, it's actually this Saturday. It's going to be at West High School. Check-in starts at 9 o'clock. The ceremonies and everything will start at 10. It's maybe 1.5 miles on as far as the course goes, all paved, super easy for people to participate in. It's a great way for the community to come together and show that support so that people know that they're not alone, so that people know that there's help and there's people out there that care.
Such an important message, Dennis. Thank you so much for being here. Again, this is Dennis Lastly with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
And again, Dennis mentioned it. Help, always a call or text away, 988.
Yes, 988. And coming up right after the break, we're going to take a look at that statewide forecast when you can expect rain to reach your area. But first, here are those daylight hours. Across the state, we are still holding on to 15 hours and 17 minutes of daylight in Piavik, Anchorage, down to 14 hours as of today. Juneau, 13 hours, 52 minutes.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's News Source app.